You know, there's about 4,000 police officers from all over the country helping to provide security for the RNC.
There are hundreds more private security guards also helping out. They are everywhere. Brett Lemoyne is live with a behind-the-scenes look at who is keeping convention goers safe. Brett?
Yeah, Ted and Stephanie, a Waukesha County business owner is overseeing a staff of 200 men and women. Most of them have a background in law enforcement. They're stationed at about 70 locations throughout the city, including this parking structure that you see behind me here. You might have seen them in the crowds already. They're wearing red safety vests and black T-shirts. Brian Doro is the president and CEO of Secure Resources Unlimited. We walked the security perimeter with him today. Doro says normally only a small percentage of his staff is armed, but that changed after a gunman tried to assassinate former President Donald Trump at a rally in Pennsylvania Saturday. Doro says he armed an additional 24 or so guards as a precaution. Doro's team worked both inside and outside the secure perimeter. They're assigned to monitor places like parking garages that are largely empty right now in the security zone.
Look at all this, the building tops. Look at all this open space. I mean, we have to be 100% right. There's no margin for error, absolutely not. And so everything has to be checked. We have routine patrols on a regular interval basis, and they're patrolling every space that we can access.
Now tonight, given the former president's speech and him accepting the nomination at the convention tonight, Doro says his staff will be extra vigilant. They'll be very aware of particularly what's going around closer to Pfizer Forum this evening. But some good news that we can relay to you. He says so far, from his perspective, from his staff, the only issues that they've had are people wandering into spaces. They're getting close to spaces where they shouldn't be. Reporting live in Milwaukee, Brett Lemoyne, FOX 6 News.
Brett, it's one thing to watch a football game. It's another to watch it with somebody who played in the NFL. I make that analogy because as you walk the perimeter, his mind works in a way that our mind doesn't. Our minds don't. What was the one takeaway you said where you go, wow, I didn't think of that?
Yeah, well, and that's a great perspective to add to, Ted, because Brian Doro is formerly worked for Homeland Security under the Trump administration, so he has a very vast background on this. But yeah, you know, I hadn't even given much thought to some of these areas, like these parking garages that, you know, aren't being used at the moment, that are empty, and someone has to routinely walk each floor of that, monitor the stairwells, for example. It's things that I hadn't thought of when I've been downtown during the convention.
It's all about being proactive versus having to be reactive in these situations. Brett Lemoyne reporting live for us. Thanks, Brett. That was great.